Hello, it's FreshAir on another one. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are in this world. I want to open up today with a couple words of thank you and for people to understand I appreciate your gratitude, prayers, and love and light around the world. The challenges that I face is my own past beliefs and core beliefs and past struggles that I usually couldn't get through because of my thinking habits. The efforts of the daily tasks of just getting out of bed sometimes in the past was daunting. I guess I wanted to talk a little bit about the people I used to spend my time with. The wrong people. I basically spent less time with the people I should have spent more time with. There's people that I wish I could have spent more time with. What I mean by that is, it seems like I was searching for validation in the wrong people. I guess validation meaning I needed something to say I'm loved, I'm cared about, but that comes in a lot of different facets. If you only know a certain way to feel like you're getting love, it's weird how we react to certain comments that trigger us and we start acting a certain way. It triggers us to do our addictions in our past. That's also, emotional behaviors that are emotional habits that we turn to protect ourselves from certain situations, to let people know. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can reevaluate how you present yourself to situations. So it doesn't have to be always a situation in your life. Every day doesn't have to be always a situation, What I'm saying is you're more prepared because you learned from how you reacted in your past and put it into a Rolodex and use it at your disposal when it comes time to discuss similarities or relating to somebody else's issues or what they're going through in their life. Now, everybody, I understand, has different things in life, but when we're talking about today, you have the power of your own free will to have that moment, to free yourself from all the unnecessary energies or emotional turmoil or the unknown. Give it up to God. Give it up to your higher power. Give it up to discuss with yourself about what's important when it comes to giving out energy. So, a lot of people would be like, say, how can you help somebody if you're not totally healed? Well, we're always going to have to heal or something. We're not always, but when it comes to our understanding, we get better at, okay, this is coming up for me. This is coming up for me. This ego mindset is coming up for me. You can recognize it sooner than later before you make decisions and you're wondering why people are looking at you a certain way or they fear you or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like, when you got that stare down, it's like, why was they staring? Well, you didn't know that your behavior, that's how you reacted, was totally like, it's of the norm, but it's not of the norm. You get what I'm saying? If you see it all the time, you're probably going to start acting a certain way. That's how they handled it. That's how I handle it. It's traumas of the, being grown up in, maybe a single family or two family, but you still didn't get along very well. We didn't pay attention to. There's some traditions there that just tear families apart sometimes. And what I mean by that is, if you're the third kid in the family, you probably get less likely the most attention, or if you're the only child in the family, you probably get the most, but still don't get you get more attention with the neighbor, kid's family than you. You probably eat more there in the past when you were a child, more than your own house. And that's just the fact of the summer, or, that's how generous they were when it comes to, being taken care of. So a lot of times when I looked at other people's families and how I experienced, I looked up to, like, wow, that's how I wish I could be treated. My life would be less stressful. When I put baggage on myself when I was a child, you get what I'm saying? When I say child, it means you're still in development, 18, 18 years of age and all that, and you're still learning. I'm still learning. I guess your whole life you're going to be always learning if you think about it. Mostly because you gave yourself the chance to finally look at your stuff in the past and give it up to God. Forgave yourself for some of the things that you had no control over. But you recognize that you acted in certain setbacks in your life were a tribute from past traumas of PTSD and things you witnessed in your life or how you were treated. The old saying was 8 hugs a day will be a healthy child. That's a lot of hugs. But when I think about it, how many times hugs did I get? Sometimes never. You know what I'm saying? So, not knowing that, my reaction is, well, what if 8 hugs, 2 in the morning, 2 at lunch, 2 at night, or whatever, it's a sign of, I love you. I care about you. Then you're going to treat people probably a lot differently because you're treated like this is how you show I care about you. It could be a handshake or it could just be paying attention and listening to somebody's conversation and you're there for them. When having empathy or sympathy for somebody, you slow down and you think, okay, do I have the emotional power to feel I can contribute to a positive solution to their situation in the moment? Meaning, you go back to your old stuff, your triggers and things that you probably don't even want to help them, but you just say, well, they didn't listen to me last time, so why am I going to tell them again? And that's what happens with some parents is they think there's a generational breakdown where you can't speak to certain, generations because they don't listen to us anymore. Well, don't give up on the generation. It's been always a work in progress. When it comes to parenting, we have to understand, we don't know everything, especially when it came to the internet. You gotta understand, the internet was the worst thing, not the worst. Not everybody got affected by it, but majority has when it comes to emotional imbalances and how we should treat other people. You know what I'm saying? We're going off an example of somebody in a whole other place or a collective of people to get our understanding of what love truly is. But is that hard to find? Is it hard to find the truth? Because when that camera turns off or that video or the recording turns off, are they following their purpose? Are they generally a good person? Meaning their thought process and they're always in the light. Meaning they're giving it their all, their best to always try to stay there through God. God gives you that moment to see you can handle this. I'm going to give you challenges so to see if you pass the understanding. You put the, I see, that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? You have aha moments in the aha moments. The moments in the moments. You have synchronicities and things that just subconsciously will align with your consciousness to then give you alignment to then focus on what you need to focus on. Not every day is going to be this way, and you don't have to always operate like that, but you will tell yourself, wow, today I did see a lot of numbers, and when I say I saw a lot today, that means you couldn't avoid the synchronicities, meaning there's a name, somebody's name, it could be a car make model, it could be a color of a car, it could be a lot of different variations, it could be an ad, it could be a commercial, gives you that understanding. You know what I'm saying? And if you focus in the moment, you can then work within your own energy to find a solution.